Bro, I need my tripod back, man. I can't keep doing this. But YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Josh back up in this thing with another one. Woke up this morning, it's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it, dog. Y'all, I want to talk to y'all about my biggest challenge. And I know that a lot of men also have this as their biggest challenge as well. And that is the ability to control your emotions. Not let your emotions get the best of you. Because the reason why I think this is the biggest challenge is because no matter how successful you get, no matter how much you can improve, if you don't get a grasp on this and if you don't improve in this area, all your success can be wiped away. I mean, you're saying, look at Jonathan Majors. Look at dudes that's, you know what I'm saying, in the situation, getting angry at their girls or getting angry at something she did or something she said or just being in our feelings for that moment and in that day resulting into something that cannot be undone, something that can't go away, something that's as permanent as, you know what I'm saying, permanent Sharpie, just can't get rid of it. And now, the aftermath of that, you losing all your success, you losing all the potential, the trajectory of your life was going like this, but then now all of a sudden it might start looking all like that because you didn't face the biggest challenge and understanding how important it was for you to control your emotions. And it's something that I know that a lot of men are going to be struggling with, and a lot of men that are faced today have issues with, because I know it's the thing that I probably struggle with the most. And I know I ain't crazy, and I know I ain't the only one battling this, but I just wanted to share y'all some things that I want to tell myself, some things that I know that it can apply to you about what we can think of or what we can talk to ourselves and say before we start acting off of emotion. Because the thing about emotions, bro, is that they're all temporary. You happy, you could be happy all week, but then next week you notice you ain't as happy. You could be sad all week, then next week you know you ain't sad. Time has like when it comes to emotion and time, like, bro, as time goes on, that emotion goes away, bro. You could be feeling motivated this week, and then next week you may not be feeling as motivated, and you wondering like, oh, is it me, or is it just like, no, bro, it's just an emotion. Emotions never last, they're temporary. And so what I want you guys to ensure you don't do is to let something that you're feeling temporarily instigate you to make a decision that will impact your life permanently. We cannot have that. We cannot let a second or a day of us disputing with our woman or us disputing with some dude that we not seeing eye to eye on and let that situation then snowball into something that is going to be a part of our lives, and it's going to be something that we have to constantly look back and say, I wonder what my life would have been if that day did not happen, or my life looks this way all because based on this day or what happened in life. How many of y'all know some D1 college athlete or some 5-star recruit that was supposed to be the top of the top, was supposed to be legit, but he let some temporary situation, how he was feeling in that moment, he sacrificed it all because he wasn't able to handle his emotions right then and there. Your entire future, your entire, I don't know, success is on the line. And for us to let emotion, something that's temporary, something that don't last longer than a day, 2 days, well, it don't even matter. It just don't last long. To let something like that affect our permanent life or our life situation, bro, we have too much to lose, fellas. We ain't been putting all this work in. We ain't been improving. Just for us to lose it all, just for us to go backwards and end up in the same exact spot. So we can't allow how we're feeling in the moment to overcome us so much to the point to where we look at everything that we have, everything that we're set to get, everything that we're set to earn, all based on the hard work we put in. We can't sit there and risk it all just based on how we are feeling right then and there, bro. Bro, she pissed you off. Okay, bro, you need to walk away. Don't let putting your hands on her or you needing to put your hands on her for her to actually get the picture, or for her to actually understand you or to actually finally respect you. Bro, live with that day or 2 days of disrespect as long as your future is secure, bro. We can't live life like we ain't got nothing to lose. Y'all can't be getting in the quarrels with people that ain't got nothing to lose. Because if you got nothing to lose, it's just like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? I'm gonna be a loser in life anyways. I might as well go out here and do this dumb move, or I might as well go ahead and risk. What am I risking? I'm not risking no success. I'm not risking no potential payout. I'm not risking my blessings. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got none of that. I ain't got nothing to lose. So when it comes to me being the day to day and my emotions, I'm gonna let them take control of me. And so you let somebody like that, that's irrational, illogical, come up into your area, come up into your sphere, and you let them bring you down to your level. You have to understand that when people are doing that, they have nothing to lose. Or if whatever they have, they're willing to risk throwing it all away. And I don't want that to be y'all. I don't want y'all to be in that glimpse or in that time where you felt disrespected or you felt like you was wrong and you felt like you had to do something. Understand, bro, that you are feeling an emotion that will never last long. And if you get through this, you will look back on that time like, bro, I can't believe, man, yeah, I was mad then, but shoot, I'm tripping now. I was down back then. She had me messed up back then, but guess what? I'm up now. I ain't tripping about that. That's old news. That's in the past. I'm on to the next. I'm on the future. I'm on to bigger and brighter. I got too much to learn. I got too much to earn. I got too much out there that I can take. All if I put the work in, and she ain't worth me risking it all for it. He ain't worth me throwing that all away. I've been grinding and putting myself on this path for a year, 2 years. Why would I sit there and throw all of that away just on how I was feeling for one day? You guys got to understand that you cannot let your temporary situation, you cannot let your temporary thoughts, how you're feeling right then in that moment, affect the trajectory of your life. Guys, I don't want y'all being like Jonathan Majors where you over here, you at the top of your game. You just had a movie with Creed 2, you know what I'm saying? You got movies at the wazoo. You at the top. And then all of a sudden, you throw that all away because some girl that don't respect you, don't want you, or treating you a certain, bro, let her go. Understand that, bro. It's going to be the harder decision, letting somebody that you love go. It's the harder decision to say, hey, you not cutting it right now. Based on how you making me feel, I can't do this, bro. I got too much to lose. I can't lose sight of the bigger picture. I can't lose sight of the payout. I can't lose sight of why I've been working so hard in the first place and I can't lose sight of that. And so, yeah, I would love for you to be over here and be in my corner and be and support me. But I need y'all to make the harder decisions versus making the easy decisions. Make the harder right versus the easy wrong. It's easy to give into your decisions. It's easy to stoop down to somebody's level. It's harder to stay at a level. It's harder for you to realize that somebody's beneath you and somebody ain't worth your time, and that you understand that while they have a lot of emotion, while they have a lot of irrational, that there cannot be any sort of logic or reasoning or understanding that can get through to them. Any sort of logic and reasoning or understanding that I try to get to them, try to get them to understand, try to see with their mind instead of with their emotions. I got to understand that if their emotion is overcoming them, that it's just like it can't be present. When there's too much emotion, logic can't be present. When there's too much logic, emotion can't be present. It's like the yin and the yang. The best way to be is hybrid, right there in the middle. But if we're too emotional, the less likely that we're going to be logical. If we're too logical, the less likely we're going to be able to be emotional and be able to connect to how somebody may be feeling or to how we're feeling. And so if you see somebody that's too far on one end of the spectrum, oh, you too emotional, you angry, you upset, I got to understand that my logic or my understanding or me trying to explain something to you is not going to get through to you. And so, yeah, bro, I got to let them walk. I got to let them have it and understand that, hey, nothing ain't going to come out of this. We got to let emotions calm down, let that temporary situation or that temporary feeling calm down so that logic and understanding can come back into the picture. Ain't nothing gonna get solved right now, bro. You shouting at your girl, she shouting back. You gotta understand that she ain't never gonna understand or ever gonna figure out your perspective or know exactly how you're feeling or what you're going through because it's too much emotion. She can't understand. She can't understand the logic. She can't critically think at that moment because it's too much emotion. You probably can't critically think at that moment. You probably can't resort to your logic or resort to your reasoning because you have too much emotion. And you gotta understand that if it's too much emotion and too much feelings involved in your decisions, that understand that the decision is not going to be a logical one. It's not going to be a sound one. It's not going to be one that's going to be critically thought of. And we actually sat there and we knew what the effects were going to be. We just made the decision off, oh, this is how I'm feeling off right now. This is me currently in the moment. So let me go ahead and make a decision. Guys, I don't want y'all to let something that is temporary, what you are feeling, temporary, what you're going through, end up forcing you to make a decision to where it will permanently affect the rest of your life. I don't want y'all to sit there and be like, oh, because of this day, because of that day, when I was feeling that day, because I was angry that day, I now have to suffer the consequences for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I got to probably restart the whole process. I was probably trying to get my life together. I was probably trying to get my life clean. And I was on a 2-year, 3-year, 4-year stint of where I was just improving. Now I got to restart over again because I got all my money taken away from me because I had to do all these court costs, or I got this taken away from me because I was serving time in jail. I don't want that for y'all boys, man. And the situation with Jonathan Majors shows you, no matter how cold you become, no matter how successful you become, if you don't have your emotions on lock, bro, it can all be undone. You could be like Elon Musk, you be richest man in the world, bro, but if you don't control your emotions, bro, I'm telling you, it can all be reverted back to where you started. And I don't want that for you. We got too much to lose, fellas. We got too much that we want to be. We only get one life. We only get one life. And each day that we lay our head on that pillow and then we wake up the next day, we got to understand that that's one less day that we have to enjoy our life here on this earth, bro. So we can't sacrifice years based on one day or how we feeling, because, bro, we're not going to get that time back. We improving. I don't want us to be going. I want us to steady be going up. I don't want us to go backwards. Once you cut that flesh, you can't undo it. It's going to be a scar that's going to be there for forever. It's never going to be away. It's always going to be a reminder of what happened that day where you were feeling angry and you decided to cut that person. And and you probably a week later or 2 weeks later, wishing to undo it all or wish it hadn't happened, you can't undo it. You can't get rid of a scar. It's there. Once it's there, it's there. It's there for the rest of your life. It's permanent. I don't want y'all to cut something or cut yourselves or cut someone else based on how you were feeling in the moment, because you can't undo that. You can't make that skin go back to the way it was. It's going to scar and it's going to be there forever, and it's not going to ever be the same. The worst thing I could see men today doing is becoming the best version of themselves, being happy, enjoying life. And then there was one day, somebody who had nothing to lose, somebody who haven't never even worked for something, probably somebody that constantly complaining, probably never got anything, never always was expecting a handout, never got a handout. And I don't want y'all to let somebody like that come across you where they try to bring you down to their level, get you to act how they act, get you to see life how they see life, without thinking with logic, without having the future in mind, without considering the potential costs. As men that are self-improving, bro, we got to be able to see the BS coming a mile away. We got to understand when we are encountering somebody that's irrational, when somebody that has no logic, when somebody ain't got nothing to lose. And we got to understand we can't be associating ourselves and being around people that ain't got nothing to lose, because our behaviors are different. The standards that we set for ourselves are different. And so if you guys find yourself being angry all the time, and then you sending the text or saying something that can't be undone, but you had to say it at that moment to get it off your chest because you were angry, guys, understand that you're not going to be angry forever. Make the harder decision and let that anger stay inside of you. Go out for a walk. Go disassociate yourself. Be alone. Let that emotion evaporate itself completely out of your body before you start to do anything else, because you have to understand that if you are being consumed by emotion, logic and reasoning gets thrown out the window. And if logic and reasoning gets thrown out the window, then that leaves us risk to make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. I want us to make a permanent decision based on our logic, based on us thinking it through, based on us critically looking at the pros and looking at the cons, willing to look at the risk and seeing if it's acceptable or non acceptable. I don't want you seeing the risk as 100%, like highest it possibly can be and just saying, oh, because I'm angry now, just who cares about the risk? Who cares about what comes out? I just need to be satisfied right now. No, we can't do that, guys. So that's all I got for y'all boys. Like I was saying, guys, if you guys got any comments, questions, concerns, drop them under the video. If you guys want to book a consultation, talk to me for an hour, one-on-one, where you guys can talk to me about whatever situation you may be going through and you want my advice, go ahead, book a consultation. Link below in the description. And follow me on Instagram at gi.josh with 2 H's, man. Like and share the video. That's all I got for y'all boys.